Hello, everybody. My name is Chris, and welcome back to more Kingdom Come Deliverance. We've been doing quite a bit. As you can see, we are out here in the woods, hanging out with some of the charcoal burners because we went to Neuhof and the stud farm, right, with all the horses, had been completely massacred. Like tons of people were killed, tons of the horses were killed, and it the whole idea is like there was no motivation. We couldn't figure out like why did they do it. They didn't steal anything. So it just kind of seems like a pointless slaughter until we started questioning some people, and we learned that the big thing was that they did come in. They were killing people. They burned some of the buildings, and everything was happening in a very specific order. And then they were bickering amongst themselves, which was a big key point, is that they were arguing, right? They were arguing with each other, and then they ran. They busted out one of the fences and they bolted. So it immediately gave this feeling of, oh, something went wrong with their plan. Something did not go right. And we don't know what that is exactly. We don't know what that is yet. But one of the people we did talk to that kind of gave us, not the runaround, but was very deflective, right? This kid named Ginger. Right. And he's basically like, I don't know nothing. I didn't see nothing. I don't know nothing. Right. So we do a lap. We come back around. He's gone. He's gone. He left. He bolted. And he's hella guilty. He's hella guilty right now. And among being incredibly guilty in our eyes for all this, it is also very strange because the bandits that did attack Neuhof are hunting him. Right? We killed 2 of them last time using our incredibly expert in progress combat skills. Uzhitz is up there. And so he's run off, he's hiding. The charcoal burners are assisting in hiding him, right? Because I guess they're on good terms. But we gotta find this guy before he leaves. The only thing I'm thinking is, we're so far away. No, we're right here, right? We're right here. We could do it. But I also think we need to tell Bernard. We need to tell Sir Bernard, right? Because he did tell us to investigate, right? But if we don't keep him informed on what's happening, he's going to be upset, right? He was already pretty upset because we were late. We were late. We did not keep up with them, right? We put a bunch of stuff away. We stored all of our supplies that we gained from taking out the Cumans. So unfortunately, we were a bit behind the cool ride out to Neuhof. And he gave us the business when we showed up, and that was totally justified. He's so right. And so, again, we answer to him. He's technically our boss, right? So, as much as we're taking the initiative, we're being good, there is still keeping him in the loop, right? Yeah. Even if he tells us, okay, go after him, go get him, right? At least he knows what's going on. Because right now, if he were to somehow be asked, how's it going? What's going on? He'd be like, I don't fucking know. And then we come back only to say like, we fixed it. We solved it. You'd be like, Ed Bernard, you didn't know any of this? It's not a great look. And we want to be in good terms with Bernard. We like Bernard. Bernard's he's cool.
Well, look who deigns to grace us with his presence.
I was looking for that boy
And you didn't bother telling anyone.
I had to follow the trail before it went cold.
And what if some bandit skewered you and left you for dead? We'd never find you because you told no one where you were going. How would I explain that to Sir Radzig, eh? I really don't know, my lord. He disappeared without saying a word to anyone. Never crossed my mind he wanted to get himself killed.
I...
Silence! Keep your ignorant mouth shut when I'm giving you the benefit of a veteran's wisdom. You do what I tell you, answer only when I ask, and not go roaming off whenever you feel like it. I'd like to kick your arse back to the castle and be shut of you. But it's true, you're a fucking peasant who knows nothing about soldiering, and it's my job to whip you into shape, so I'm not done with you yet. God have mercy on you if you ever try anything like that again. If you're lucky, I'll only have you whipped and clapped in the stocks, because if I get my way, you'll be hanged for desertion. I hope we've got that out of the way. I've made myself absolutely clear. And now, let's hear what you have to report.
All right. We had that coming. I feel like it was a little... He's not wrong. It was very... That was intense. Holy shit. God. Oh. That's why I came back to tell you now, instead of just going and getting him. Right? Because I was like, I gotta go figure it out before it went cold, which I think is valid. But also, he's valid for like, damn. I feel like I just got. I was gonna say, I feel like I just got yelled. I did get yelled at. This was my decision. Training.
So many dead. Fucking bastards.
Awkward. That was uncomfortable. That wasn't great.
Yeah.
Hanged for desertion. That's... Good lord. Say, like, you're a fucking peasant. You don't know shit about soldiering. I'm like, yeah? Yeah? And he's like, my job to whip you into shape. And he's like, I'm not done with you yet. Which I guess is one of the nicest things he could have said. Because if he was like... If he was done with us, I think that's so much worse. He sees something in us. He sees we're kind of stupid. All right, we're a little bit too ambitious for our own good, and you know, we're a go-getter, right? Not that we're insubordinate, but we're not used to having to be subordinate, right? So the insubordination is more of like a byproduct of the lack of subordination. You know what I mean? So, nothing but respect to Sir Bernard, honestly. He's completely valid for all that. And based on our choices and what we did, could have been way worse. Could have been way worse. I mean, he didn't I was gonna say he didn't strike us, but I mean, he didn't. And he didn't arrest us, he didn't tie us, kick us off the case. What the fuck was that? What was that? What? Are we just gonna... Hello? Did it show up on the screen? Did everyone see that? Was that a trophy? Was that an achievement? God, that was so loud. I don't even know if you heard it. If it didn't show up on the screen, I'm not gonna know until I edit this. It was like looked like an achievement pop-up. It was very loud. It was very loud. I don't know if it was in-game or not, or for thing, but that startled me. If you don't see it, I seem crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we go like around this way, maybe we can catch it by surprise.
Yeah.
Come on, Pebbles. Look, I'm just hoping Bernard will be happy with us after this. That hopefully our insubordination will have been worth something. And not just making us look like an ass. Okay, here we go. But this is what I mean. I stand by that. He's so valid. I'm upset with myself more than I'm upset at him. I'm not even upset at him. We need a bath. We need a bath. So badly. A bath and some repairs. We're looking rough. Let's go ahead. Just real quick. Nice herbalism. Oh, speaking of, I think we had some, yeah, we have some skills we didn't add. Hunting. That's right. Antlers and tusks. Still not sure which one. So, we didn't get anything else yet. Okay. Well.
It's not my fault. There was nothing I could have done to help. I was frozen solid. I couldn't even open my mouth. I couldn't even get a peep out. They would have killed me if I'd said anything. I couldn't stop what happened. I'm not to blame.
I didn't even say anything yet. I just came in here. I feel awful guilty there, Ginger.
Jesus, you've led me a merry dance.
What do you want from me?
I want to ask you a couple of questions. Why did you run off like that? Where are your cronies? And why did you kill that bandit?
What?
Right, one thing at a time.
All right. Why did you run? Where are your cronies? Why did you kill that bandit? Tell me everything that happened. Why did you run?
Why did you run off in such a hurry?
Because I was afraid they'd come back and kill me.
Who?
Those bandits, of course.
To get revenge on you for killing their mate?
Killing? Me? I never killed anyone. God is my witness.
Okay. So, hold on.
I'm looking for your friends. Where are they?
The charcoal burners? They're over at the...
To hell with the charcoal burners. Where are your bandit mates?
They're not my mates. They nearly killed me. I recognized one of them, so I thought they'd come back and...
Recognized? Who was it? Talk!
I don't know his name, only that he's from Uzhitz, and he has a limp.
A limper from Uzhitz. Tell me about the limping one.
What can you tell me about him? How do you know him?
I saw him a few times in the tavern in Uzhitz, playing dice and boozing.
And?
I know he lives in a house on the edge of the village, but that's all I know. I never talked to him.
Okay. We'll see. So, why did you kill that bandit? But he's saying he didn't do it. We just recognized, so you're just a witness. And you ran.
Why did you kill that bandit?
What? Bandit? I never killed anyone.
This is yours, isn't it? I pulled it from the belly of a dead bandit near the stud farm.
That is mine, but I didn't stab him. That fellow took it from me.
What fellow?
I don't know his name, but he's from Uzhitz, and he has a limp.
He limps and he's from Uzhitz. That's not much to go on, but I suppose it'll have to do.
It's all I know. I never talked to him.
Damn. Tell me everything that happened.
And now tell me exactly what happened. And don't leave anything out.
That's quite a long story.
I got time. I want to hear it.
Don't worry, I won't get bored.
All right. I woke up in the middle of the night because I needed to go for a piss. So I went out into the dark, same as usual, only there was something there that shouldn't have been. At first I thought it was just a trick of the light, but it wasn't. Then it was too late. They went past and I thought they must be horse thieves. I would have yelled, only I was afraid they'd kill me. So I waited until they were out of sight and I started to sneak away, but then...
Then the slaughtering started.
Yes. I thought they'd steal the horses and ride off. That would be bad enough, but then all the killing started and flames everywhere. It was terrible, like hell itself.
And then?
It seemed some of them didn't like it either. They started squabbling among themselves, and some of them started running back where they came from, right towards me. And I had that thing in my hand, the hoof pick.
So you stabbed the first one in the belly?
No. He ran right into me. He was running fast for a fellow with a limp. He pushed me aside and I fell on the ground. Then he told me I'd better lie low if I valued my life. And he ran off with the others. I did what he said and hid. Then the rest of the gang ran past.
And then?
Then I waited in case that limping one from Uzhitz came back. I didn't dare come out until I was sure. I think it was almost light.
God damn. What about the others? What did they quarrel about?
Do you know what they argued about?
I didn't hear everything, but I reckon some of them were only there to steal and wanted no part in the killing.
Oh. So wait, was the killing just like a last-minute decision? Like what? What about the others?
What about the others? Was there anything you noticed about them?
I don't know. There might have been maybe 8 of them, and 2 of them were really big. That's all I can remember.
Oh boy. 2 really big, 6 normal. 1 with a limp. I know how you feel.
That sounds terrible. I know exactly how you feel.
If only I yelled. Maybe they...
If you had, you'd most likely be dead. It probably wouldn't have done any good anyway.
But still.
There was nothing you could do.
So they didn't run because people were coming out. They ran because they had a different, not difference of opinion, but they had, some were there just to steal, the others started killing, so they started arguing, and the ones that weren't into the killing, they ran, and then everyone ran. And they didn't even get to steal anything. And this is what I mean. This is why we were always going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Right? Because you never know. And realistically, even if he did kill the first guy, I think at the end of the day, they were already raiding. They were already killing the horses. Killing people. I don't think that would have changed anything as far as like, oh, it's his fault. Right? So going at him accusatory wouldn't have helped.
That's all.
Sucks. I know enough, I'll leave now. What happened? Well, it's still late. So
And now tell me exactly what happened. And don't leave anything out.
That's quite a long story.
You don't have to tell me everything, just who they were and where they went.
I only recognized one of them. A fellow from Uzhitz with a limp. He lives in a house on the edge of the village, but he's in the tavern there whenever he has the coin.
What else do you know?
Nothing. That's all.
house at the edge of the village and goes to the tavern. That's great information. That's helpful.
And now tell me exactly what happened. And don't leave anything out.
That's quite a long story.
Okay, cool.
I've heard everything I need to hear, so I'll leave you be.
Wait! What about me? Won't you help me out?
Perhaps I could. What would you like?
I'd like to go back to the stud farm, but those cutthroats who want to kill me are still around. Will you help me?
They're out of the way. I ran into them on my travels.
Really? That's great, but
What?
I'm afraid to go back to the farm. I ran away, and God knows what they'll think about it all. I don't know if they'll even want to talk to me.
I can go and ask them. Just go there, see what happens. I mean, to be fair, like, most of them weren't even really blaming him. They weren't even thinking first, like, oh, it must have been him. They were just like, ah, Ginger's gone. So I don't think anything would happen, but I can go and ask. Just go there and see what happens. I can go and ask.
I could go and ask them if it's important to you.
Would you? You'll definitely have their respect, the way you took care of those cutthroats.
All right, we're gonna be good. We'll be responsible. We'll be a good person. Oh, there we go, Pebbles. All right. Alright, that treacherous charcoal burner fobbed me off with lies. Scattered all the small holdings and Ginger's nowhere to be seen. I might have expected as much from a Judas. Who'd sell his friends to anyone for a bit of silver. I think Judas. But I paid the bastard back for his treachery. Yeah, Ginger wants to go back to the stud farm, but he's afraid the people there will distrust him, won't take him back. He has me to go there and pave the way for him. Go tell Captain Bernard what you found out from Ginger. Ask the stud for, you know what? I mean, he's got nowhere else to go. He's got no what? No. I was gonna say no life. But I mean, if he can't go back, I mean, he might as well not have one. I think if we go, can I stop? Like, I cannot stop the fast travel. Okay. Because the distance would be, I should say maybe we use this to just get out of the woods, but if it goes the whole way, because it doesn't seem like I can stop it. That would have been really good for horse riding skill. Damn. That's okay, we got plenty of time. Okay. Before telling Bernard, who do we talk to? Okay, so we just tell Jakob, or we tell all of them? They all together? Oh. Oh, hi. I'd like to buy a horse. In these times, we take Ginger back in.
I found Ginger. He begged me to ask if he can return, ma'am.
Why should I take him back? It might be his fault I had to bury my husband.
What?
Why else would he flee but guilt? The men said they didn't see him in bed. He didn't have a clean conscience because he gave those murderers a signal.
That's not true. He fled because one of the attackers recognised him and Ginger was afraid he'd come back and kill him.
Those are just excuses. He wouldn't dare come back.
But they came back the very same day. If he hadn't run, they'd have killed him and everyone else.
Why would they do that?
Why not? They'd already murdered several people. Why not a few more?
And now I'm supposed to take him back? What if they come back for him and kill one of my daughters in the process?
The cutthroats who were after him have been taken care of. And the rest have no reason to return here.
And what about for revenge? I can't take him back.
Damn. I mean, she makes good points, right? When you think like, okay, well, what if they do decide to come back one day? Well, we killed some. The others probably don't care. But it's the idea of what if, right? The fact that they are alive. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe in a week. What if they're like, you know what? Let's go back there and do it again. Right, let's come to an agreement. Sorry to bring him bad news. Or they say, let's come to an agreement.
I understand your concerns, but you just need to ask Sir Hanish to leave you a guard. Those bandits might be willing to take on a few stable boys, but not an armed soldier.
I'd definitely feel better if someone was here a few days to keep watch.
It can be arranged. I'm sure Sir Bernard won't object.
Good then. Let the lad come back again. Goodbye.
Okay. Alright, that's good.
Are you barking like mad?
God bless.
Alright. It's looking good. It's good for him at least. Do we have to go back and tell him? We do. Of course we have to tell him. But alright, let's do that before we go tell Bernard.
Yeah.
Right, I feel like that would be the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Just like get that fully sorted out. And if Ginger's back and Sir Bernard wants to question him for whatever reason, for any reason, right? He'll be there for that questioning. Plus this gives us a little bit of time to get our riding skill up. Because it is fun riding the horse, and I don't need too many excuses to look at this beautiful fucking game. Just fucking running around. Like, this is incredible. Right, we haven't even gotten to the second game yet. We've barely even gotten to this game. And trust me, it's very much a point, like, whenever I'm not playing this, I'm thinking about it. And I'm starting to really feel. And oh no, not the tournament again. Okay, that's what it. Miller Peshek will take a wager on the tourney from me. We have lost out on that now. That is unfortunate. The tourney comes and goes, so I'm not too worried about that. This, I mean, maybe this comes and goes too. I'm not sure. But I want to try to avoid failing quests as often as possible, obviously.
Yeah.
Which is about timing and awareness and context. I guess with some of our new sword skills, right? It probably wouldn't have been a bad idea to go to the tourney now. I think earlier probably wouldn't have been great. But I think what we have skill-wise at the moment probably, if it would have put up an interesting fight, right?
Yeah.
So I think when we get a chance, once we're back there, I think we go to the tournament. Hey, man.
You can return home. It was hard work to convince them, so please don't get into trouble when you go back.
Thank you. I'd like to give you something, but I've got nothing except if you're ever traveling by way of Neuhof, stop by and I'll show you something with the horses.
Ooh. All right. What kind of something? Kind of cool. All right, look at us. All right, see you at Neuhof. Good luck. That's interesting. So, yeah, the fact that they wouldn't want him back. I imagine if we did send him home, if we send him back without getting their approval, like I don't think they would. I think they'd kill him on sight. Like, not like that, but I think it definitely would be. It would be bad. So I think even if maybe, I mean, like maybe we get there before him. I don't know. But we don't have to worry about that right now because they're all right. They're all right. They're not great, but it's like they're okay. Maybe for as okay as you can be when most of your livelihood being the horses were all killed and a bunch of your friends and maybe family was also killed. But you're alive, and I guess that in itself is something. I don't know. I just hope Sir Bernard's gonna be proud of us. Worked really hard on this. I don't want to say like the rest of his men didn't do, you know, the an equal share of work that we did, but that's not for us to judge. It's not for us to decide. It doesn't matter. We don't get to make those calls or judgments. It's not our position. Okay? We are but a peasant. Still wet behind the ears, as they say. Great work, Pebbles. MVP horse.
I'll be with you.
I was like he's super I'll be with you. I know who attacked Neuhoff.
I talked to Ginger and found out what happened.
Out with it then.
Ginger fled because he recognized one of the raiders. He was afraid they'd come back to silence him.
Well, he was right. They were asking about him. So who did he recognize?
He didn't know his name. Some fellow with a limp from Uzhitz.
All right. Since you've gone this far, you may as well ask around in Uzhitz. We've enough to do here in these parts anyway. Sir Radzig will tell you about it. He said to send you to him if you haven't already been.
Oh, all right. Can we do? This is cost training though.
I'd like to improve my swordsmanship.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Well, I'll think it over.
Good luck to you.
All right, next time. All right, look at us. Look at us go. Report the progress of the investigation, sir. Wait, is he here? Oh my god.
Greetings. What do you need?
What do you need? I have another lead to the bandits.
My lord, I managed to find a clue to the whereabouts of the bandits.
Excellent. Bernard already told me what's been happening, but I'd like to hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
The whole story or just the gist of it, sir?
It's up to you what you consider important.
The whole story. Every detail is important right now.
One of the Neuhoff stable boys, a lad they called Ginger, fled from there and hid out with some charcoal burners. I have to say, there's a lot of them around. I never thought how many forges and ironworks they have to supply.
That's true, but keep to the point.
Oh, yes, sir. I had quite a job finding him. He was well hidden and with good reason. The bandits wanted to kill him because he recognized one of them.
Did he tell you what happened?
He said it wasn't one gang, but two. And one of them took fright when the slaughter started. Seems they were only interested in loot, so they quarrelled with the other lot. Then it came to a skirmish in the woods and one of them was killed. The rest of them scattered.
And did you find out where they went?
All I know is one of them is from Uzhitz. I know enough about him to be able to track him down.
All right, but those cutthroats must know who he is too, right? And if they want to get revenge on him or silence him, you'd better hope they don't get to him before you. So drop everything and get on his trail. Find out what he knows and then report back to me. I'm going to our encampment at Merhayed to oversee the security of the region.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Oh, our strength went up. We got money. This is ginger in a pickle. Mysterious ways. Why? Merhayed?
Why choose Merhayed?
It's somewhat at the centre of events, isn't it? And what's more, there's another stud farm there.
Sir, do you think they're going to try the same thing again?
I shouldn't think so. Everyone will be on the alert now, but the secluded dwellings are more vulnerable.
True.
There are few people in them. They're scattered everywhere and we can't guard them all.
But the bandits won't find much silver in places like that.
There's always a groschen or two, some food and so on. Anyway, how much silver did they get from slaughtering those horses?
True. If they'd stolen them, they could have sold them. Those were fine animals.
Exactly. It's not about the silver. It's about something else.
But what?
Creating fear. Such great terror that you won't even squeak when they come to cut your throat. Never mind raise your hand against them. Fear that will root you to the spot, staring like a rabbit entranced by a stoat, waiting for the death blow to fall. Helpless to do anything about it.
Damn. Yeah, probably. Yeah, just to stoke the fire. Creating fear. It's about sending a message.
I have some news about the investigation, sir.
Good. Tell me.
Trail leads to Uzhitz.
The trail leads to Uzhitz. I found out one of the bandits is from there, a fellow they call Limpy Lubosh.
I see. What else?
That's all I've found out so far, sir.
All right. Come back and report to me as soon as you learn anything new.
Okay, I guess.
Farewell.
All right. Limpy Lubosh. Well. I didn't know we got the name. Like, I didn't know we were at a. We just knew where. But I guess we got that. Popped out of our brain. That peasant intuition. That's why they'll never see us come. Will never see us coming.
Yeah.
Not even in the slightest. What's the best way to get there? They won't see us coming because we barely know where we're going. Oh, nope. Okay. So we want to... see, the thing is, like, I want to... What am I trying to say? I don't want to lose out on courtship. But I don't think it's going to be a big issue finishing this first, because I feel like this is very, like, of the moment. Very urgent. Right? We're going here so we could do this too. We can learn how to read, or start learning how to read.
Yeah.
That'll be something. Basically, if they are, and I don't know, right? If he's actually being hunted down, the likelihood of it being true is very much. But if we go back doing that and we lose out on the momentum of this, it's a bad idea. Doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel good. So I'm gonna stick to this, and then kind of once we settle down, you know, then we can go out and around. Who are you? You gonna start something? Oh. Okay. Hi.
What are you doing here?
I'm hunting. I don't. Why do you ask?
Why do you ask? Can I not take a walk in the woods without being accosted?
I ask because I'm the gamekeeper here, and it's my job to protect these woods from poachers.
Well, I'm certainly not poaching.
In that case, you won't mind if I have a look what you've got on you.
Certainly.
Certainly. Go ahead and look.
All right. Nothing suspicious here. You may leave, Goodman.
Thank you, gamekeeper. Good day. Good day. Good day. That's kind of cool, right? Especially after we read the codex and learned how like the basically the game, the authorized individuals who can hunt in the woods, because the woods and everything in it belong to the king, right? And so, kind of learning that him searching us, it makes sense. Oh, I missed. Wow, Pebbles, doing great. I'm not making this easy on you, so I apologize. But I think that's cool, because if you do go out there and you do hunt, right, more or less illegally, then they can catch you. I was just like these little bits. It's so impressive. And what I was saying before, right, how we haven't even gotten to the second game yet. I'm very much feeling why people were so adamant, like, oh, this game deserves, you know, like, game awards, like Game of the Year and not even just Game of the Year, but like other award recommendations in recognition for just the design, the music, and everything. And I can only imagine it's all even better in KCD2 based on, well, how everybody talked about it. So I think the more we play, the more I'm like, shit. I feel like not enough people are talking about this. I feel like that's crazy. Okay, I'm sorry. Just go for a slow canter down the way. God, that's crazy. Like, you could see the town. Like, that's a hell of a shot. The sun over the forest with the rays, and then town right there, the hills, the trees. God damn.
Yeah.
Uzhitz. There we go. The first written mention of Uzhitz in KCD, Uzhitz, dates to 1284. Until 1552, ownership of this small town was split between the Lords of Talmberg and the Lords of Ratai, who eventually became its sole owners. The medieval church of the Assumption of the Virgin Mary, built in the 12th century, stands in the center of the village. A church. Wow, so like for, what was it, almost 300 years, ownership was split. And then Ratai just took over. Here we go, find Mr. Limp. Okay. A lot of places to search, but we know Edge of Town Tavern. Those are the two things we know. But it's the tavern when he has money. It looks so nice. You limping? No. Okay. It's probably more likely one of these homes. Okay, you guys aren't limping either. Alright, let's go on foot.
God be with you.
And with you. Fellow with the limp.
I'm looking for a fellow who lives here, but I don't know his name. Do you know anyone with a limp?
Aye, there is one fellow with a limp. Can't imagine what you want with the likes of him, but that's your affair. He lives in a cottage on the edge of the village by the road to Neuhof. Good luck to you.
By the road to Neuhof. That edge of the village. Alright. Okay, so I imagine this is the main road? I mean, like, this is this road, too. The maps are so... I'm sorry, the maps are so cool. The way they change in the art style for them. So neat. Wow, we're right next to him. Great timing. Oh my. Find more about Limpy Lubosh. Guess we didn't get a chance. Like immediately started. We didn't even get to bathe yet.
Move along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing to see here.
If that's what you call nothing to see, I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
By the keys of St. Peter, this is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanush's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Uzhitz. And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around here. What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandits or murderers around here.
Really? They say he had a limp?
Shit. Well, allow me to introduce you to Limpy Lubosh. Or all that's left of him.
Oh, shit. Oh my god.
Massacre. Nothing's ever easy.
Oh.
I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know. But look and ask all you like.
Well, that's a fucking mess. That was not just like a we killed him. That was like we're making an example out of him. This is like a warning. This is a statement. Who was Limpy Lubosh?
Who was Limpy Lubosh?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups in the tavern and what have you.
Damn. Okay, so kind of a mess. Why did he limp?
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy or brawl a long time ago.
Okay. Do you know about anything suspicious?
Has he been up to anything suspicious lately?
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole time. But he always kept everyone in the village at arm's length.
Okay. Did he have any cronies?
Did he have any kith or kin in the village?
None. A loner he was. I don't know the last time I saw him with anyone.
Nobody. No bitches. Nothing. Where's he on the night of Neuhof was raided?
Do you happen to know where he was on the night of the Neuhof raid?
I've no idea. He kept his distance from other folk, so you never knew if he was away or holed up at home.
So secretive.
Another thing about Lubosh. When did you find the body? And did anyone see anything?
Just now, and nobody saw or heard anything. I don't know how they could gut him like that without someone hearing him scream.
Right? Okay, so you just found him like this. This wasn't like...
I feel quite hungry.
You're quite hungry. You know what, real quick, I'm going to close that. There's nothing, don't worry about this, folks. It's all going to take care of it.
Jesus Christ be praised.
And end with you. Can you tell me anything about Lubosh?
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
Of course. Ask away.
Okay, so we got permission from Radzig, right? Sir Radzig to basically do what we got to do. So we don't have to go, at least until we find out like some real concrete answers. We don't have to go run back and tell him to then come back here and, you know, work out. Like we're good for now. Who's this Lubosh who was murdered?
That man Lubosh who was murdered. What was he like?
He was a drunk who was always looking for a fight. Nobody liked him much, but I wouldn't wish an end like that on any man.
I mean, it's pretty brutal. It's not just like killing him in his sleep or anything. Have you noticed anything suspicious?
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Well, now I think of it, I hadn't seen him around for a while. No idea where he was skulking.
Well, he's been busy. What was Lubosh doing on the night of the Neuhof raid?
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
Not a clue.
Right. Who was Lubosh seeing?
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
He was a loner. He didn't even have any mates in the tavern.
Damn, even though spending the time in the tavern, he didn't have any friends?
Thank you.
Kind of sad. I mean, almost makes him a perfect target for something like this, really. Right, because he's got no friends, he's got no connections. Doesn't really have anything to lose, right? But also makes him easy prey for people that can manipulate him. Marouche.
Jesus Christ. Your clothes. Were you assaulted? Damn bandits. May they burn in hell.
That's exactly what happened. I got fucked up. They threw all this mud and dirt on me. They ripped my shirt. It was bad. Luckily, I got out of it alive. But
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know how I can help you, but ask if you must.
All right, here we go. What was he like?
Who was this Lubosh who was murdered?
You could see at first glance he was no good. I kept well out of his way.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
There wasn't sight or sound of him for a long time, and then yesterday he turned up at the church and even talked to the parish priest. I never saw him do that before. Probably had a bad conscience.
Yesterday? That's interesting.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
I don't think he was home. I didn't see him all day.
Okay. All right, that's kind of piecing things together.
Do you know who Lubosh used to spend time with? Kin or friends?
As far as I know, he had nobody at all in this world.
That's all. Thank you.
Damn, Lubosh.
Good luck then.
Alright, is there like a bucket around here? I can... Maple.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Indeed.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa.
It was gruesome.
I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
Sir Hanush gives a job like that to a young fellow like you.
Started killing the
Well,
horses.
what do I care? Ask.
The horses.
Everyone's having a chat right now.
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
Tried to steal them,
He was a strange
now
one.
that I'd understand.
Always drinking, bad-tempered.
So as soon
Lord
as we
knows
heard
how
the
he made a
horses
living. Well,
terror,
maybe now
we
I've
all
got an
ran to
idea
the
or two.
stables. And those cutthroats were waiting for us, sir. And they said about trying to kill us all too. It was terrible.
We have a background conversation happening.
I'm still shaking at the knees. I don't know how I managed to escape alive. All of a sudden they were gone, and me and Mistress Zora and a few stable boys were left standing in the middle of a bloodbath.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
I didn't see much of him lately,
All the saints
not
were
even in the
watching over
tavern.
me.
Not till yesterday in church, as it happens.
Aye, they are.
Interesting.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
I don't think he was home at all. Wait, are you saying he... Jesus!
Right?
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
I really don't know. As far as I know, he had no kin. I never saw him with anyone.
That's all.
Okay.
Thank you.
Alright, so it's a pretty common consensus then.
May the Lord watch over you.
Kde si zmokol švárny šohaj tam sa suš. Mé srdeňko zarmucené netrapú.
You good? What you doing in there? Okay. Alright, our boot's a little rough. We're cleaned up now. Right? We're cleaned up a little bit. We have... Okay, we have a small armorer's kit. We can... Because the condition, everything goes up to a 100. These shoes are in bad condition. Okay, right. So because we haven't really used these yet. So if I use this on like the lowest thing, which is like our coif or coif. But then our jerkin, I feel like it plays the most. Yeah, and ups are... Yeah, you know what? Let me do it on that. Why not? Oh, 2 damage to be repaired with this kit. Ah, shit. That's too bad. Oh, is that why they're like faded out? So I can't actually use these? Because these are way too busted.
Good health to you. Good luck to you.
Okay, so just gonna hang out here. Okay, well I'm gonna go look into this. Fucking brutal. Since wasting it, right? Okay, so there's nothing in here. Oh. No, nothing. Okay, so no sign. I'm just trying to see if there's any... He was hiding. Something they would have maybe come in for? Fucking brutal, Jesus. Like this, that, oh god. Let alone the nails and then...
An inscription in blood. It's a pity I don't know how to read. Looks like they wanted to give someone a warning. But who? And a bandit who knows how to write isn't something you see every day.
True. True, the common serf doesn't know how to read. Or write. Okay. Shit. There we go, nice and easy. What do you got in here? Okay. Hmm.
Oh, damn, I'm tired.
We are in a bad spot.
Lord above, they did a hell of a job on him. Must have been agony. How come no one heard anything? What's this? Looks like someone's hit him very hard on the head. Could they have bludgeoned him to death and then gutted him? That would explain why he didn't scream.
Yep, they got him. They killed him before they actually did all this.
Lord above, they did a hell of a job on him. Must have been agony. How come no one heard anything?
Oh, do they use this? Oh, come on, Henry. Stay awake. It's not time yet. We need to find a bed. Okay. I imagine they're probably not going to be too upset about us taking a nap in the house. I mean, we're investigating the scene, so it's better for us to be at the scene, kind of absorb the energy in the air, you know, be one with the crime. Then we can go talk to the priest. Good idea. And then also learn how to read. That's probably something we should do. Because I wonder if he teaches us how to read, can we read that? Would that be enough? Right? Would it be enough? Fellas, like, you're still out here, boss? I mean, you
Huh?
You do your thing, man. Okay. It's a little freshen up. We do have that. All right. Let's see where we're at. Let's go learn how to read real quick. Just really quickly. Just, become educated. I just feel like that's gonna really help us out. Okay, drop here. Okay, feather. Potions. Scribe. There we go. Exactly. Just go ahead and... It's not a door. It's not a real door. Oh, church bells. Oh, wait, there we go. Open. Being able to read was a rare skill in the Middle Ages, and a common blacksmith's son certainly wouldn't have been literate, just in written text. I didn't want it to go away, but... You can open a book and try to make sense out of the glyphs, but in the end, you have to find someone who can teach you at least the basics of reading. So you've acquired the skill of reading, you should make use of it. You read descriptive books if you wish. True wealth of learning lies in skill books. Okay, so there's regular books, skill books. Of course, it's not entirely easy to learn from books. To fully understand the text, you have to have very good reading skills and read books repeatedly. The quality of your reading is also influenced by the environment you read in. Generally speaking, a place that's good for rest is also good for study. You can tell you've found a suitable place when the icon appears next to your health indicator, which we've seen before. And now, well, once we learn how to read, we can take advantage of those spots. Language and literature. In the late 14th and early 15th centuries, both Czech and German were spoken by the Czech lands. In the Czech lands. German first appeared after German colonization and made its way largely into the towns, the upper classes, and literature, love poems, and bureaucratic language. Czech had evolved from Old Slavonic and was spoken by the poorer residents, becoming an official language only during the reign of Charles IV. Wow. Apart from these two languages, there was Latin, the language of books, chronicles, learned treatises, official deeds, and documents. Latin was the language of the Church and the Bible, and served as the medium of international communication. The development of the Slavic language and its emancipation was the domain of the monasteries, including Sasau, from the early Middle Ages on. The preacher Jan Hus was one of the pioneers of fostering the Czech language. Jan Hus. As for literature, Czech found its due place from the early 14th century in various genres: spiritual and secular lyricism, love stories, epics, and dramas. Amongst the oldest examples were legends, e.g. the Judas Iscariot, Pontius Pilate, the lives of the saints, knightly epics, chronicles, and satires. Apart from the official documents in Latin, correspondence was written in Czech from the end of the 14th century. I knew none of that, and that's really cool. Wow. That's so fascinating how that like Czech evolved from Old Slavonic. It was spoken by the poor residents, and then it took until Charles the Fourth for it to become an official language. Right? Official language. Officially recognized, officially, like, taught, learned, spoken. Oh. Hello. Books and libraries. Collecting and preserving written records goes back to ancient times, but the barbarians who sacked Rome in the 5th century destroyed a great many. So a lot of rare manuscripts have only been preserved indirectly via the Arab world. Various materials were used to write on: pieces of fabric, papyrus, and vellum, fine animal leather. Parchment was expensive and was therefore used primarily for codices and deeds of privilege, due to its significantly longer lifespan. The most widely used material is paper. The writing implements used included the quill pen, engraver, brush or reed cane, charcoal, and chalk sticks. The transcription of books was the monk's domain. Oh. Each book was unique, carefully decorated, the text enriched with bounteous illuminations, all done by hand. The production of a book took many years, making them very expensive. Major works at the time came into being in Latin, but during the Middle Ages, some literature began to appear in the retrospective national languages. Books were very heavy, so as to be hard steel, and contained a great many pages. Although there were some miniature handbook formats too, there were books so massive that they couldn't be carried by one man. That's true. I think I've seen one of those. Like, it's like they're huge. I don't even know where I saw it, but I feel like I remember seeing it. Right? I don't know if it was in a museum or it was in like a documentary about something. But like the physical book was so large, it wasn't something you'd hold in your hand. You'd have to like literally set it down on a table and like open it. I'm trying to remember what that was. Not only because of their value, but to protect them from destruction, important writings were often kept in chests or cabinets. Only later did libraries come into being, where the volumes would be tethered to the reading desk by a chain. Smart. That way they can't run away with it. Libraries were needed by administrative offices and places of learning, especially universities. The largest collections were to be found at Sorbonne, Oxford, and University of Prague, where there were books donated by Emperor Charles IV himself. Notable members of the nobility or the church also boasted private collections, despite the fact that not all of them could read. I got the... Yeah, I mean, it's still a cool feeling, even if you don't, right? To be like, guys, I got this private collection of, like, fucking unique, one-of-a-kind books. Oh, what are they? No idea. No idea, but I know because I have them. No idea what they say, but they're pretty. And that's the other thing, is this is so interesting. Right? Books were such a... It's kind of cool to see, like, there was such a pride taken in books. Like, now books are vastly cheaper to make. You print them on, like, paperback books, right? Hardcover books are still more expensive than paperbacks, but I mean, even hardcover books, few and far between are they, like, is the time taken to make the hardcover book have, like, that same kind of decorated style, right? It's either just, you know, a printed wrap or something like that, and sometimes underneath, like, the paper cover of a hardcover book, there's kind of like a cool design in it, but the way these are talked about, right? Like, unique, carefully decorated, the text enriched with bounteous illuminations, all done by hand, like that, the very grand, like, looking almost like tome-like books. It's a lost art. God damn it. I don't feel like we do that enough with books anymore. And if we do, it's incredibly expensive, as it was back then. But that is wild. Like, books took many years. Especially, I mean, you're doing all this all by hand, so I mean, one typo and that sets you back. That's pretty bad. But then you're also like taking such care. I don't know. It's so interesting. So interesting to see. And you can't mass print books, right? So if you literally have a book written about hunting, until they make a second book, that's the book for hunting, and it's like that's one of them, one of the only book. But then obviously like bigger topics, more important ones. Chronicles. Since earliest times, it was the task of the educated members of the court or spiritual leaders to take on the writing of chronicles, i.e., literary works describing contemporary events, the lives of their rulers, great battles, and sometimes even everyday life. Records were kept in the chronological order, and as well as giving the dates. They provide a wealth of historical information. They are among the best sources for investigating and revisiting the history of the country, famous people, places, buildings, and day-to-day affairs. There are different types of chronicles: world, national, episcopal, monastic, royal, dynastic, provincial, tracking genealogy, urban, biographical, or autobiographical, travel journals, and more. The most important Czech chronicles include those of Cosmas and Delimil? Delimil? The Canon of Vishrad, Visrad, the writings of the Sussau monk, and Zaroslav Chronicle. The chroniclers generally enjoyed the most favorable conditions. Most lived at the courts, had free access to older written records and courtly life, and plenty of time to devote to writing. And they're living it. Although chronicles are the most valuable historical source, when reading them and extrapolating, their historical ideology subtext has to be borne in mind. For example, Cosmas wrote his chronicle with unabashed sympathy for the Premislids, while Delimil showed great antipathy against the Germans. Both occasionally mix up facts with myths and legends, e.g. beginning Czech history with the building of the Tower of Babel. Some of the books to be found in the game are a transliteration of chapters from Cosmos and Delimil, e.g. the account of Forefather Czech and Maiden's War. Cool. Unlocked a total 66 out of 102. That is interesting, and this is something that, I mean, still kind of happens even today, right? It's like perspectives are written. So it's like ideological subtext has to be borne in mind. So this person writing it, events from both of their points of view can skew things a little bit away from just a straight fact based on their experience and exposure and their thoughts. Are you the scribe? You're the scribe. You got a bed, dude? I'm just here walking around his house. I'm sorry.
God be with you.
And good morning to you as well. I'd like to learn to read.
I'd like to learn to read.
At this time of day? Are you right in the head? Come back tomorrow morning.
I'm so happy he says it. That's so funny. It's like, I'd like to learn to read. Right now? God, dude, go away. Come back later. I don't know, man. Sun's out. Sun's out now. Ready to start the day. Let's learn how to read. Break out the Bible. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? He's almost ready. I'll wait here. Right, because if we go... Oh my god. No. Hold on, wait. I can't see anything, it's dark. It's all nonsense. That's amazing. Because we don't know how to read, so none of this makes any sense. It's just like we're looking at it, but it's... that's such a cool way to do that. Oh, that's so cool. And obviously, like, us can probably, like, unjumble some of this. But I think, like, that's such a cool way to, like, display how you don't know how to read. Instead of it just being a public, oh, you don't know what the book says. Or, you know, you can't really understand what it says. We can see it. I think that's so neat. On Saint Adalbert? Puno te date of ipsbo daemtra. Te ifsert ipsbo of hete ignodum fo me ovitke quan sa Albret. I feel like I'm summoning. I feel like I'm in. It's like some kind of incantation. Of Hitzveng igna Otko his palek till tarsniperd ni eter year 892. We're so good. We're talented. Morning, bailiff. Good day. You going to the scribe too? You learning how to read. Alright, okay, no worry. Carry on. Don't mind me. I was just... Right behind you. Don't worry about it. Everyone else is kind of cool with him just, like, taking a nap? Like, what do we... You working late? What's going on, man? You okay? You had a rough time? We're gonna read one day. We will be read. We will be read. Ready. Ah. Noe adi aktermnimi yon tohat ends officious gon offnud the tree na egg. Good. God, reading is hard. I was gonna say that's his costume, but that's your outfit.
Good day to you.
It's a nice hat. Good day as well. I'd like to learn
I've come to ask if you'd be willing to teach me to read.
Why, it would be my pleasure. Bear in mind, it won't be all that easy. You'll need plenty of time and a few groschen for my trouble.
Oh, that's great. I got plenty of it. We can get started.
All right. I don't want to waste time. We can get started. The sooner I master it, the better.
Very well. I will require some groschen from you, though, and set aside at least a couple of days so I can put you through your paces, if indeed time is of the essence.
Oh, 50? Easy.
Here are your groschen.
Then we may as well start. No. He did break his vow, but better than to dishonor it here. May he follow his heart.
It's very quiet.
Wake up, lad. It's time we were getting on.
Wake up, we're gonna learn to read.
Let's see you read a bit.
Read the book.
Try to read it.
Will I manage?
You ought to be able to. It's a simple text. Come back once you've worked your way through it.
He's like, look at that book until you know how to say things. Read the book. Okay. 1. Addy, a countryman going to... Oh my god, it's actually making sense. That's so cool. Goose fanad, hatir na egg, all yellow and legittering. Oh god, we're learning. Look at us. I've read the book.
I've read the book.
Wonderful. So tell me, what have you learned?
There was something about some fellow and a goose. Oh, I didn't read it.
Maybe I'd better read it again.
No need to rush. It's always hard at first.
Okay, hold on. Don't worry, I know how to read, okay? One day, a countryman going to the nest of his goose found there an egg, all yellow and glittering. When he took it up, it was as heavy as lead, and he was going to throw it away. Because the other thought a trick had been played upon him. But he took it home on second thoughts, and soon found out to his delight that it was an egg of pure gold. Every morning the same thing occurred, and he soon became rich by selling his eggs. As he grew rich, he grew greedy, thinking to get at once all the gold the goose could give. He killed it and opened it only to find nothing. What a moron. What a fool. I like how it's laying golden eggs. He's like, yeah, this is great. What if I just get in there and just get all the eggs? Right? It's like a fucking gumball machine. It's just all stored up in there. I've read the book.
I've read the book.
Wonderful. So tell me, what have you learned?
Being greedy doesn't pay.
That being greedy doesn't pay.
Excellent. You're one of my most talented pupils. You've uncovered the meaning hidden in the letters. Like I told you, books are valuable, and the words that you place in them ought to be no less so.
Does that mean that I can read then?
Yes, you have the foundation. Remember, my boy, the pen is mightier than the sword. To fully learn your way around words will take a lot more reading yet. Now we'll move on to the second lesson, which will be much harder. Many books are written in Latin, the language of erudite and religious men. If you really want to be able to read, there's no getting away from Latin. There's a book on the table with some text. Read it and then come back. You need not understand it, but you should master the letters.
I only just managed the fable about the goose, and now you're asking me to tackle Latin.
You're a clever lad. You'll manage.
Yeah, just figure it out. It's Latin, right? How complicated could Latin be? I mean, it's just another language. Right? Come on. Look at us. Best pupil around. Right. Unluestibre tamalsu utnon poitmus ortar escipuscis viris plerma. I think the book's broken. I don't know. I've seen Latin. Sir? Sir? You abandoned me in my time of reed. I need my torch inside because your home is dark. Okay, what if I read this guy? Go look at the book again. Nope, still didn't. We see the letters, but it's not clicking. I read the page.
I read the page.
So tell me, Disjupule, what's written there?
All right. Oh boy. Natus sed libertine malus ut non aliqua part dropit. Nullus es liber tam malus ut non aliqua parte prosit. Dullest liver tam malus ut non a liquor party profit. I don't think that's the one. It's the nullus.
Nullus est liber tam malus ut non alique parte prosit.
Good heavens! Don't tell me you haven't had lessons before. Excellent. Well,
I say.
There's nothing more I can teach you. Congratulations. You can go and be ordained right away.
Thank you, Domine. I'm feeling a lot wiser.
Fuck yeah, look at us. We can read words. Hell yeah. Letters no longer an obstacle. God, we're so... What great energy from him, too. It's like, wow. So good. Like, nice. Oh, we get a skill. All books are cheaper in shops. When reading, you will get tired and hungry twice as slowly as normal. Ooh. Cheaper books are nice. Cheaper books are nice. And our horsemanship. Heavy-duty pony. A horse can carry more, but is slower. The racehorse is faster, but carries less weight. Ooh. That's tough. Horse wounded will run faster. Rider on the storm. I get that reference. Your horse will be extremely skittish in storms, but will shy less in any other weather. Okay, so faster but carry less weight, more weight, but is slower. I don't know. I don't know either. I don't want to overthink it, but I don't know, because I'm still getting a feel for, like, okay, what am I going to do more often? Right? That's kind of where I'm at. Is like, which is also why I haven't picked between the boar tusks and the deer antlers yet. Right? Because I'm like, it could go either way. Like, if the antlers are made to make certain, I don't know, for like alchemy or something, just off the top of my head. Right, and it's like, oh shit, like that would be way more useful than the boar tusks right now. Or like, however, whatever we decide is kind of our method we like. It's a nice spot. I think we could try reading. I feel like this is a really this is a beginner book. The Groom and the Apprentice. The Groom to the Scholar. Okay. Scholar, you wretched fellow, how can you so boldly bellow? You with no coin to your name. Gaunt? Gaunt and afraid of the cane. Trudging through... Oh my god, this feels like I'm actually learning to read. Trudging through this world in squalor, ever burdened by your labor. However you may toil and sweat, no better garments shall you get. To go in rags is a pupil's lot, a bed to lie on you have not. Now you lie by the hearth at night, but in winter you will have to fight. To warm your bones by the fireside near, for they'll drive you out without a care. You'd be blessed to sleep on the floor at least, not left to lie on the earth like a beast, shivering on the frozen ground, with chattering teeth and frost all round. And still you'll have no end to chores, lighting the stove and sweeping floors. Your work may never be forgot, although you cannot sleep a jot? When on the cold hard ground you lay, and better off, I proudly say, my bed of straw is like paradise, where at night I peacefully lie, like a bird in a feathered nest of spruce, though at times I lie in dung, God's truth. But still I suffer little pain, save when I'm soaked by rain. I must wait till dawn and my clothing dries, and I wipe it clean as soon as I rise, so the cloth is clean and bright next day. Mark my words, one thing I'll say, the peasants fear me to a man, wherever I may walk or stand. All bow their heads before me low, welcome, master, they greet me so. Even the farmer steps aside, and the chickens can hardly run and hide. I'm glad for that, for if they will, let them hide in my bag until I take them with me to a feast, plucked and cooked in their own grease. One thing I'll say, since you entreat me, I have no fear my lord will beat me. I fucking love this is I dare say this is fun. I dare say. The Scholar to the Groom. You are but a rag from the table. How oft have you doof on your table? It's food. Oh god. You are but a rag from the table. How oft do you food on your table? Have you food on your table? Slender you are as a weed, no better than a peasant indeed. Mucking out dung every day, no better thing comes your way. With a scholar you cannot compare, whose prospects are better than fair. Unlike you, you rabble unlearned, God willing one day I'll have earned a bishop's I don't know what that could be. Mitre? Crochet for I labor to make my life rosy. Unless fortune should prove contrary, I'll soon go to the famed seminary in pursuit of my true aspiration to gain my first ordination. And who would dare to spite me when I'm high and mighty? In golden robes of fabric grand, a priest or prelate of the land, while I shall preach from the pulpit, you will stand like a guilty culprit. In your stinking rags, at your prayer, shrinking under my glare. You wretched bearer of ill will, put aside your conceit and be still. Save your quarrels and your curses? Men's worth is not in their purses. Be wise and heed my advice if you wish for a long, happy life. Abandon your stable and your rabble. That's cool. That was fun. How neat. Reading. We're almost level 4 reading. Crazy. I feel like that was pretty good. I'm getting the hang of this reading thing. Learning how to read. Saint Adalbert. On Saint Adalbert. Upon the death of Bishop Dimitar. The first bishop of the Kingdom of Bohemia, known as Adalbert of the Slavnik clan, took his place in Getting bigger words now. Mixing them up. For the year 982. It's cool because we looked at this one before. Everything was so much more jumbled up. And it's really cool to see. I'm glad we looked at the book first before we actually learned how to read, so it's a good comparison. Recalling to mind the words of his predecessor, that amongst the common people many injustices had spared? That polygamy amongst the noble and blood feuds amongst the people did flourish, that no soul did honor neither Sabbath nor holy days, and in their place they held markets, that Christians were sold into slavery, and that in the countryside pagan customs did flourish. He resolved to devote his life to fighting against such iniquity. For 5 years did he endeavor to eradicate the iniquities, and he failed. And disgusted, he traveled to Rome to beg the Holy Father for counsel. And he said unto him, My son, if you are incapable of leading your people, then redraw and at least try to save yourself. And he wanted to journey to Jerusalem, but it was impossible to pass himself off as a common pilgrim, for his bishop vestments gave him away. But cast them aside he could not. And he gave his possessions to the poor, and he did cast aside his vestments. And he secluded himself in a Benedictine monastery for several years. But here as well, he did see how morality had been degraded, and how the monks lived a nearly earthly life. In disgust he departed and returned to pasturing in the Corsair. Yeah, like I was on, it's not just like random stuff, it's like actual information, like real stories. To rectify at least some things, he founded Brevnov Monastery. Right, as well as several others, and invited monks of great morals to them to live and devote themselves to God according to the strictest monastic laws. The year of our Lord, 995, a horrible catastrophe struck his family. Every last man and child was murdered at the fortified town, of Liz. But only Albert escaped, perhaps because he was not there or because no soul dared lay a hand upon a bishop. People live of tongue. People evil of tongue claim that it was the Radzig clan that did commit this massacre to solidify its power in Bohemia. Others say that it was Albert himself who was responsible, for he offered the Dulce's wife, who, according to custom, would have been killed. Asylum in his church, and thus the disgraced clan of the husband wanted vengeance, but not finding him at Liz, well, they killed his family instead. Damn. Soured and disgusted, Adalbert no. Once again, retired from his and set off as a missionary to the north, to the land of the pagan Prussians. There, he desired to spread the Christian faith and to fight against the pagans' idolatry. But the local inhabitants did not wish to see him and greeted him with stones and sticks. Seeing such idolatry, he destroyed their idols and chopped down their sacred grove, for they did bow before trees and considered them to be holy. When the pagans saw this, they killed Adalbert, and their trees did drink his blood, and his body they left there. It was only Boleslaus the Brave who had the holy remains of his martyr taken to Prague. We read the whole book. I wasn't sure we'd be able to do it. It's getting intense. I think, come on, we could do it. We could do a little bit of the other one, right? See what happens. The picture looks a little different, so I wonder if that means it's... or if that means it's a little bit tougher. The Travels of Sir John. Ooh. Hold on. Sir John Mandeville, one moment. We reached level 4. Alright, Sir John. India. From the land of the Moors, one travels to India by way of countries and mountains of various sizes. And the Indian lands are divided into 3. The first is called the Greater, which has in it too much heat. The second, the Middle, which is not so hot. The third is called the Lesser, and is so cold that the water there turns to crystals and rock. And these are the crystals that the merchants bring here. In India, there are many different kingdoms, strange customs, and passions, peoples, and animals. It is called India after the river Indus. Indus, which flows through it, and the people who live beside this waterway are wise and ugly. They hunt eels of the river that are more than 30 feet long. That's crazy. There are as many as 5,000 islands in the sea, on each of which different laws and customs prevail, and each of them is a whole country with a king and his subjects, and there are thousands of castles and towns and countless people, though they are unknown to us. For few people travel out of India, because where they should go, they should be homesick. They would be homesick for their country, and also because on your travels, you will encounter many cutthroats, and also there live there many terrible beasts and poisonous worms, and the oceans are so dangerous that one would hardly swim therein, and in some places is the heat so great that in the daytime people are burned to death by the sun, People here are sick too, and from the heat, the intestines come out of their bodies. And in this land, no iron or other metal is allowed. For in the land of many magnetic rocks, therefore if a ship should have such metals on it, it would be drawn onto the cliffs, and everyone on would die. Brutal. That was awesome. That was so cool. Oh, I can't wait to find more books. This is fun.
No.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Great afternoon. It is a
God
good
bless.
day. I mean, not for Lubosh, actually. That's pretty bad. But
That will cure all ailments.
I mean, for us,
And
it's pretty
onions
great.
that will make you cry when you cut them, and cry for joy when you taste them.
I admire your passion. Ooh, lodgings. Okay, let's see. Let's go around this way. A baker. At the church. Okay, hang out here. Are we all sweaty from that reading? Just in case. It was intense. Father Godwin. Oh. Talk to the priest. So, let's see. Okay, so these aren't optional. Okay, so I don't have to do one before the other, hopefully. Can I ask you a few questions about Lubosh?
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa, investigating the massacre at Neuhof, which seems to be connected to a murder here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy. I hope this nasty business will be cleared up quickly.
Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
Bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Oh, interesting. Did you notice anything suspicious?
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubosh don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's not very helpful. Well, I'm sorry it's not helpful to you. Well, it's like suspicious things are happening. I don't know. Let's not overthink it, right? What was Lubosh doing on the day of the Neuhof raid?
Do you know what Lubosh was doing on the day Neuhof was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son, and one of those is the sanctity of the confessional.
Damn, so he could have come in here and been like, we're gonna kill a lot of people tonight. And he's like, I can't say anything. Sorry. The laws of God above the laws of man.
Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances, and this is one of them.
God damn it. Sorry. You know what I mean. You can't hurt him now. Be condemning innocent people to death. I'll get that confession out of you by force. You can't hurt him now. You could be condemning innocent people to death. Unless this is going to end up being like, oh, if it's God's will.
For heaven's sake, Father, can you really look me in the eye and tell me that when you know you may be condemning innocent people to death?
I can, Because if I broke that vow, the consequences would be much worse than if I didn't. Maybe not immediately, but one day. The mills of God grind slowly.
That sucks. Bush was my only lead.
Father, Lubosh was my only lead to the Neuhof raiders. Only he could tell me who was responsible for that massacre. If I don't find out who it was, it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't. But I can't betray the sanctity of the confessional. I'll tell you what. Give me some time and I'll try to think up some way of helping you. Suppose we talk it over in the evening, in the tavern, over a cup of good wine. Maybe we'll come up with something.
All right. Thank you, Father.
Good luck to you.
Okay. All right. You know what? Your willingness is appreciated. Say folk songs. Folk music is distinct as distinct from church music, inclined to major scales and was more joyful and upbeat. In Bohemia and Moravia, it was for centuries a part of rural daily life. Most of the songs were passed down by oral tradition, while a few could be found in hymnals and chronicles. Some have been preserved to this day in variations. Love a good folk song. Love it. Folk music. Write some Corpiclani. Yeah. I know. Can I read any of this? Can I read your books? What you got here? Well, I could... I'm not gonna steal it. Don't you look at me. Okay, I didn't even touch it yet. I don't... I was just hoping I could, like, read it. I don't want to, like, steal it. Tavern Life 3? I haven't even read the first two Tavern Lives. I wouldn't get the plot. I'd miss out on the story. I'm gonna rob him. Not yet. I mean, we're not that kind of guy. Pitcher for wine, beer, spirits. I see. Okay. You know what? We can at least meet him in the middle. Let's see what he's... I thought he was... I didn't believe that he was gonna really try to strike our horse, but the positioning was certainly a bit suspicious. That's funny. We just opened the door and he's like... executes our horse. What's up, Father? You out here? Swinging? Maybe not near my horse. You know, I only got one of these. If these things don't grow on trees. Alright. You still ask around, right? Because...
Watch what you doing. There's people walking here.
Like a baby.
Okay, let's see. For our stuff, right? Is our stuff still considered... Is everything still hot? No. Cool. Okay. Okay, so if we do get caught in some way, we don't have any wild items on us.
Good day to you. What do you need?
Day to you. Lubosh.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know nothing about it, but ask all you want.
Alright, look at that. We leveled up. Who was he?
That man Lubosh who was murdered. What was he like?
I didn't really know him. He kept to himself, even in the tavern.
Okay. Because that's why I was thinking this would be the next best place to go, because he only ever went home or tavern. And apparently raiding. So.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Come to think of it, he was in church yesterday. He was even talking to the priest and went to confession. I was wondering what he was up to take to the faith all of a sudden. But I suppose no sin's too dark for God's mercy.
Now, luckily.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
I was coming from the tavern very late that night, and I caught a glimpse of someone entering the village. He looked like he was in a hurry. It was only a shadow against the sky, but after what happened, I wouldn't wonder.
That's interesting.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
Not with anyone from the village. He used to sit in the tavern next to us sometimes, but he never said much.
Okay.
That's all. Thank you.
So you're just like a loner.
Take care now.
We're not gonna play dice yet. Okay, we gotta stick to business. Havel.
Good day to you.
Oh, nope, I guess not. Innkeeper.
My respects to you.
And to you, thank you. Wow. What's happening around here?
Is there anything suspicious going on in these parts?
Indeed, there is. Just last night, Father Godwin was here, calling fire and brimstone down on old Gertrude, the herb woman. He's not one to make a fuss over some trifle either. And there's more. Around here, you should hear about what Vashek the groom has been up to at the stables. When the head groom told the lads here, they fell off their seats laughing.
Oh my. Scandalous.
Take care now.
What's he been doing over at the stables? Goofing around?
Take care.
You too. Alehouse maid.
Good afternoon.
And a good afternoon, I hope it'll be.
God bless.
Let's go inside. Is anyone in here? No, guess not. Very hard. We're not able to get very hard. Yet. Not yet. But when we do, we're gonna do it. Okay, yep, figured that. Pardon me. Moving on. Anyone else out and about? Hello, pig. Well, let's see if we can catch up with him. God damn. I'm good. There's so many vistas that we've seen that are just like pretty. It's crazy. It's like you can just cruise around. So much to see.
God be with you. Take care now.
Okay.
Who's there? Answer me.
God be with you.
Okay, I think we're
Good luck to you.
we're tapped with most people, right?
Good afternoon.
Oh, no.
I've come in the name of Sahanish of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
Ask all you want, lad.
Oh, great.
Hey, who's there? Who's there?
Who's there?
What's that?
Oh, sounds like none of our business right now.
Who was this Lubosh who was murdered?
Those that live by the sword die by the sword. I'm not surprised the end he came to.
Damn.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Everything about him was suspicious. I always gave him a wide berth.
Everything was suspicious?
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
How would I know?
I mean, true.
Do you know who Lubosh used to spend time with? Kin or friends?
I don't know, since I don't go to alehouses.
Damn, all right.
That's all. Thank you.
All right, well, thanks.
What was that noise?
Is there a noise? Something going on?
That?
Oh, I'm sorry.
What do you want?
I think it was me. It was me in the private area. I think that was the noise. Just gonna move on. Over here. Okay, lockpick. Nope. That is somebody's home. We got over here. We went that way. Is that a burned down building? That's a burned down building. I wonder. Well, I feel like if they had a situation, they would have said something.
Good day to you.
Oh, and to you as well, I guess. All right. Hello, chickens. Oh, mash.
Good health to you. Good
And to you, mash.
Good afternoon.
Oh,
Goodbye.
carry on. All right. Just a little bit of a... Oh, there's no water in here. All right, I can't take my street baths. All right, since we're going down this way, we'll go and ride. Cover a little bit more distance. Faster.
Look, it's all about the seasoning. Just roast it with a bit of lard, same as usual. But add some rosemary and juniper.
Rosemary?
The best thing for hair. I heard it from a travelling merchant. He had it in Prague and he said it was delicious.
All right, so I'll try it. And if he doesn't like it, I'll lock him in the hen coop so he'll have a proper appetite next time. That'll ruffle his feathers for him.
Maybe you should have done that a long time ago.
You're right there.
So true. Wait, am I right? Oh my god.
God be with you. Do you need anything?
Depends.
May the Lord watch over you.
And you as well. Good day. Good day?
Good afternoon.
A good afternoon.
Take care.
Is someone there?
What's that? God be with you. What can I do for you?
Oh, nothing.
May the Lord watch over you.
Okay. Alright, what about you? You bud. What you know?
Good day to you. What do you need? God be with you.
Nothing. Okay. Alright. Well. Still a lot of ground to cover. We try to gather all the information we can. We can go. Right. Tavern in the evening. So maybe that'll be a good idea. We are getting tired. We are getting tired, so I think probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah, probably wouldn't be a bad idea to take a nap for a little while. Especially if we're gonna be up working. Doing stuff. Alright, stand by, Pebbles. Place to sleep.
Can I sleep here?
Certainly.
Great.
For how long?
Just one night.
Just the one night?
Sure, but let's see your coin first. These are harsh times.
Harsh times indeed, too. That's a steep order.
That's quite a lot. Can we discuss the price?
Thinking 1.7.
Since it's you.
It'll take more than that to persuade me.
All right, fair enough.
You'll like it here. Like sleeping on a cloud, it is.
Oh, have you done that?
Where do I go to sleep?
You'll have no trouble finding it. Right inside the door to the building, there's a ladder up to the loft. Your bed's ready there, and a trunk for your belongings.
Beautiful.
Take care now.
It's not private anymore, because we have a room. Or we have a bed. Okay, that's our sleep. Okay, cool. So in here, there we go here, because that's all the stuff that we've been storing. Let's see if we do this weight-wise. We'll just store the hides. Those are very heavy. We can read these multiple times, right? That's the thing. It's just the time spent reading. So probably want to hold on to those. Right? Realistically. Okay, he said evening. This night. Yeah, I'm sure there's some wiggle room. I don't think if I overshoot it by an hour. $7 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Yeah, let's do this. Is it storming? Cool. Big fan of weather system. I don't know, this is, man, what an aesthetic. I mean, obviously this is, in these times, terrifying. Oh my god. Wouldn't do it. But I don't know, it's nice. Nice and relaxing. Or eat. Guys under the tree. What are they? Are they intentionally trying to stay out of the rain? Father Godwin.
Blessings of our Lord be...
And with you, lad. Take a seat.
Pope Clement VII. 1342 to 1394. 52 years. Clement VII, born Robert of Geneva, was the first anti-pope elected by the French cardinals in opposition to the Roman Pope Urban VI, as an expression of their disagreement with the Italian pontiff's decision to remove the seat of the papal power from Avignon, as well as his views that the clergy should lead a more austere and virtuous lifestyle. This event caused the Western Schism, which split the papacy, which I didn't even know was a thing until we read the Codex in the second episode. So cool. Learning this, like, because you hear the Pope and the anti-Pope. You hear anti-Pope, and I'm just like, the opposite of a Pope? But it's not. What I think we're learning so much. Right, and then Urban the Sixth is the other one we just got. Right, so 1318, 1389. Urban the Sixth, born Bartolomeo Prignano, was quickly elected Pope under pressure from the Roman people to have a citizen of the city on the papal throne. And the papacy returned there from Avignon, to which it has been relocated at the beginning of the century by the French king. Urban truly did begin to rule from Rome, and, once he took office, also to criticize the cardinals for accepting gifts from rulers and living in luxury. This made him many enemies. So shortly thereafter, the French cardinals declared his election invalid and elected a new pope, once again ruled from Avignon. The new pope declared Urban to be the Antichrist. It excommunicated him. Goddamn. This led to the Great Schism, financial, theological, and political duality and chaos throughout Europe, because each ruler had to declare which pope they recognize as head of the church. Right? Isn't that crazy? That's... I mean, like, medieval Europe just seems like a stressful time in general. But stuff like this is... Right, because there's the Pope and the you have the two popes, and right, you as a country, like you as the ruler of a country, you have to basically decide which one you believe in, which one you align with. And it's like, oh, if you pick the wrong one, the ones that align with them aren't going to look too good at you, and so it's chaos. All right.
I'm sorry I can't tell you everything, but maybe we can work something out. But first, I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
Oh, all right. From Skalitz.
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh, I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They're dead.
They're dead.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, we'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
It was.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. We had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, my girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovna. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanish to send that old grouch, Bernard.
Old grouch. I'm not up to the job, Father. He did send him.
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Uzhitz, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing. What actually happened at Neuhof? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
I could understand why you'd be cautious. This time they weren't exaggerating.
The rumours aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhof stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarreled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home.
I noticed you're handy with sword. I did. I saw you swinging that thing by my horse.
I noticed you're pretty handy with a sword. I wouldn't expect that of a man of the cloth.
You know what they say. The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
But this is a bit more mysterious than others.
Let's just say I haven't always been a priest. Fate led me to places where affairs were settled by force. These days, of course, it's just a bit of exercise to keep me in shape.
Alright, no more battle, priest. Get straight to the point.
Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
Damn. I mean, I get that. Like that, I mean, like, when you think about it, right, and you extrapolate. Like you did, right? Like, the second you go to confessional, and the idea is it should be private. I mean, the idea is you're not committing crimes and confessing. Like, the idea is probably not that. But that falls under it. But yeah, like, the second you realize, you know, the private confession isn't exactly private, you don't trust the confession anymore, and thus you're like, okay, well, if that's not even true, what else isn't true? You know, and they start questioning not just, like, you know, the church process, but then, like, the church itself, and then, you know, it just snowballs from there. But you're making excuses, and I've reached a dead end. I don't think he's gonna do it, and I think the more we, like, obviously I wanna push it, but at the same time, like, he is so adamant to not give this up.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
What?
If I tell you what Lubosh told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But, first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered
damn.
about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Uzhitz is in Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And, of course, describing them in detail. A tongue lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them, are popular as well. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Mm-hmm. Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague, in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison, and nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive furs, while Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
Well,
Damn.
this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink
That's
to
crazy.
that.
Riveting.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasau Monastery.
Damn, he's getting heated. He's heated now. Alright. Well, man. You want to preach against debauchery? What do you think of Hughes? The teaching of Master Hughes. Folks saying about it. Enough about preaching. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering. Okay, that's what I figured. I figured it was Jan Hughes. I think we heard it once, but I just wanted to be sure. Right, the soft J. You gotta preach against debauchery?
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticises the Pope for debauchery?
No, I don't.
No, I don't. What do you think of Hughes?
What do you think of this Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man. A little overzealous for my taste. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
Well, the reality check. The teaching of Master Hughes.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
Ooh. Alright, more reading. Regardless of what it is, we're gonna read. What are folks saying about it?
What do the common folk think of it?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves, but are afraid to say aloud. Things that make them angry. And they're calling for change. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my words, the people will rise up, and the church will be shaken to its very foundations.
Yeah, unless they burn him at the stake first.
Nonsense. They can't burn a master of the most respected university in Europe?
Not with that attitude. Come on. Okay? Enough about preaching.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough. Oh, it's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of course.
I'd say it's a good plan.
Ah, that sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Ah, Father, no, you good. We're great. We're having a good time, right? Poor Pebbles out there in the rain. This is cool. Henry. Oh, to arm wrestle? This is wonderful.
Enough of this.
Oh no.
Come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Oh no, Dad caught
Don't
us.
vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can ride is me.
Enough! Men!
That's so bad.
Throw them out.
Jeez. No worries then. Nobody else can write. It's stupid.
You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
Brother. Father? Are we for real? You want to fight the bailiff? Help Godwin? It's only because he has information. God, I haven't fisted in a while. Been a minute. Come on, what are we doing? Oh, not gonna get me.
Hail for me.
Come here. Oh, we got him. Yeah. Speed.
You whore son! You think
No.
because I'm a man of the cloth I won't kick your arse?
I'm sorry. Oh, it's so funny.
Here!
Make bad decisions for...
Would you like to have a little ring on the bell? No sooner said than done.
I'd love to.
So silly.
Henry, too,
This is...
I'm sure. Right, Henry.
Stop that nonsense, Godwin. Are you out of your mind? What will people say?
They can say what they like. What do I care? What do they do to me? Watch the step, my dears. Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
Father Godwin. He's just crazy. You want to
Here
read
we
the bell?
are.
Let's
Look
go.
at this beauty.
Oh. We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
Father Godwin.
This is wonderful.
Ah, bloody oath.
Oh, man.
And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Godwin, you
Come here.
goat.
No. What?
Oh.
Scandalous.
The
Oh my.
priest has mounted up. What do you say, Henry? Shall we take a little ride of our own?
I don't know. I don't know. Oh my. Well. That was unexpected. Oh my god. Oh my stars. Father. Does this happen often? A lot? Does this happen a lot?
What the?
Oh my god. Couple of cards. Look at us.
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
Thank God. This is the best. What the fuck? Oh my god, we're done.
Godwin, you beast! Get up! Do you hear me?
Wake up, you drunkards!
Oh, fucking hell.
Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh,
who the hell
Henry.
are you?
My great friend, Henry. And we have a wonderful time.
Friend.
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh boy.
Oh, Step in my head.
First
my
body.
guts. Oh, my poor suffering stomach. Oh, what was that woman on about? Wait, before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten?
Where the fuck am I?
What the fuck was it? Mass!
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You
Brother.
have to help me.
Father.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me. I'd like to help you, but you can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose that Sir Radzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look. From what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh. How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
Oh, now we're talking. All right. Consider me the mouth of God. We could do this. The confessional seal isn't sacred anymore. Why are we gonna question that? We'll just take. But we'll never get away with it. This just feels like such like a movie plot, but we'll never get away with it.
We'll never get away with it.
Not if you make a hash of it.
We gotta be professional. Confessional seal isn't sacred anymore.
So all at once, the confessional seal isn't so sacred?
Don't mock me. I won't give you a second chance.
Yeah, sorry. All right, but I can't guarantee the result.
Well, all right. But I can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern, and that's that. No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about Lubosh.
Christ almighty. Fine then. We have a deal.
Wonderful. Let's get to it then.
Oh boy, this is gonna be something. I was gonna say, I don't know how to read. I don't know what you're gonna hand me.
What's the matter with you? We have to start mass.
All right, I am sideways, Father. But that's okay. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be good. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna say the words. It's kind of if I wonder if I actually select like the phrases from yesterday, would have been like, oh, I'd have to actually pay attention to what he was saying. Or are we just gonna wing this?
I thought he'd never show up. The swill pot.
Look at him. He can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Just you wait.
You beast.
Look at him. Mother of God. Any minute now he'll throw up.
No, what do you mean?
Animals, I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen.
Doing great.
Accepit panem in sanctas at venerabiles a manus suas. Hac facite in meam commemorationem.
He's like, I'm good.
Brothers and sisters, you may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who is here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where, by the grace of God, was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard. Because, as you all probably know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague. So, Henry, you may begin.
Now I'm curious which one of them will be.
Man, I didn't even get dressed for this. Wearing shorts. Oh my god, I actually do. Okay. Begin the sermon confidently. Start a lengthy sermon. Start a modest sermon. Lengthy or confidence? Come on now.
Brothers and sisters, let me get straight to the point. I'd like to talk about the church and how corrupt it is.
That boy has a cheek.
God. Okay, right out the gate. God stands at the head of the church. We are commanded to reject.
One should not believe in the church, because the church is not God. God is above all things, and the church is but a means to salvation, which the prelates do not care to hear.
He's right.
Yeah, he's right. He's got a point. Look at. Continue harshly. Wordedly.
It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. Plague, enemies, injustice, hunger and chaos, failed harvests, fires, floods, and other catastrophes. The accursed wealth that the church is drowning in is poisoning almost the whole of Christendom. When dogs are fighting over a bone, take the bone and they will stop. Just like the flock of ravens that has descended on this land to peck up every speck of gold and silver. They show no mercy. Their hearts are poisoned by covetousness. They trade everything. Everything is for sale. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay, and you will have absolution. And the prelates sin and give themselves absolution.
For shame! Shame
Ridiculous. The audacity. Of the sin of fornication. To sin is human.
It is the custom of the gluttonous prelates and monks to preach against sin. But what do they know of us ordinary folk? Let us remember the marriage at Cana, where our Lord Jesus Christ himself feasted with the other guests and drank his fill. And when the wine was gone, he performed a miracle and created more. He, whose companions were poor travellers, simple folk, prostitutes and troublemakers, performed a miracle so the feast could continue.
Now that's the kind of sermon I like to hear.
No, brothers and sisters. Jesus did not condemn alcohol. Drink to lighten the cross you bear in this vale of tears, but not with such abandon that you cannot keep holy the Sabbath. For there should be moderation in all things, and it is not drinking itself that is sinful, but intemperance and beastly indulgence.
He's right.
Oh, we're good at this. Continue wordedly.
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you pay enough coin to Mother Church. What if the devil himself were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to heaven? And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, they keep fine horses and hordes of servants to pamper them. They play dice and garb their mistresses in expensive furs, while Christ, the Lamb of God, walked barefoot and had nowhere to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too.
Down with the prelates. Away with them.
We're fortunate to have our good Father Godwin. At least he's a fair and simple man.
Right. Yeah. Crucify priests, including Godwin. Criticize the prelates, but stand up for Godwin. Try some quote to conclude.
God sees what is happening on earth, and he is filled with righteous wrath that those who should seek the salvation of souls instead seek mammon and the idle comfort of lucrative posts. Blessed are the shepherds who share the poverty of their flock, who are as one with you and bear with you the burden of this earthly pilgrimage, who do not condemn your venial sins.
Aye, all honor to Godwin. Let him drink like one of us.
That is all I heard in Prague. Amen.
God, Henry is amazing. Wow, we're so good. Oh my. We just showed up and did it. You're welcome.
The lad spoke well, considering what a soak he is.
It allowed me to channel God.
The young man shouldn't
The
drink
word.
so much, but the Lord's given him a
I'm
silver
glad he
tongue.
came here. I don't suppose I'll ever get to Prague, and he told it nicely.
Well, well, my boy, you have talent, and I can't deny it. And you pulled a thorn from my side. I almost didn't make it.
Yeah, I noticed. And I wasn't the only one.
Oh, what's to be done? I'll make it up somehow.
So, about our bargain.
Although it's a sin.
So gluttony and fornication.
God does forgive a penitent.
So, what did Limpy Lubosh tell you? Was he at Neuhof that day? Who was with him? And where are they now?
Now, slow down. I'm sorry, but he didn't tell me that much.
Don't let me down after all I've been through. For you...
Well, now Lubosh came to me shortly after it happened. His conscience was gnawing at him. And I must say, in the end, he turned out to be a better man than he looked. He said they'd been hired through some crony of theirs. And at first they were just to steal some horses. But then it all turned sour and people started getting killed. And neither he nor his cronies wanted anything to do with that. So they fell out from the gang and fled.
Fell out? Yeah, there was a body found in the woods by Neuhof.
That would explain something. Lubosh kept jabbering that he wasn't a murderer, that he didn't want to do it.
So I know that Lubosh killed the murderer and he's dead too. The trouble is, I need to find the ones who are still alive. I need names and places. Did he mention any of the others?
Only nicknames. Talked about some fella called Riki from Ledechko, Pius, Timmy.
Pius. That lot are about as pious as I am ordained.
Nonsense. You would make an excellent priest. And anyhow, with your skills, you ought to be able to sniff out this Riki from Ledechko, right?
Well, we'll have to now. There's not much else to go on. Let's hope he's not hanging from the wall too.
Indeed. And I'd hate to be excommunicated for nothing. Anyhow, good luck. You watch out for yourself. These people clearly mean business. And I'd like to raise a tankard with you again sometime.
Yeah, I'll try. Although I'm not sure I'd survive another night of your debauchery.
And if anyone should ask, you heard nothing from me. I'll deny everything.
I don't doubt it.
That was amazing. Oh my. That was... I could have never predicted something like that. That was fucking like top tier. I'd say, God tier. If anything. That was incredible. That was so cool. That was so fun. So ridiculous. The whole bender overnight. Just so... Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And then obviously, I'd ringing the bell and him bringing the ladies up there and they're just giggling. It's just that, and then ending up over there in the barn and, you know, showing off our silver tongue. It's crazy. This is wild. This is... Oh my god. Yeah, I got that sound associated now. Father Godwin.
Are you
Can,
looking for me?
can I... Oh, so you practiced with a sword outside.
Father, didn't I see you outside practicing swordplay? I wouldn't have expected that from a man of the cloth.
With a stick. I practiced with a stick. Reminder of my youth and days gone by, and it helps keep me in good form.
Do you have any work that needs doing?
My dear lad, I have more worries than I can bear. Another pair of shoulders would ease my burden. I have to deal with a local witch.
A witch?
All right.
The herb woman, old Gertrude. That devious hag who will stoop to anything.
Oh my god.
Like all herbalists, for that matter.
Oh, don't tell me. The cows are giving blood instead of milk, and babies are being born with 2 heads and a tail.
This is no laughing matter. Gertrude isn't evil. She just has peculiar ideas about what's good for people. A little bird told me she incited some Uzhitz women to witchery.
Oh boy. A little birdie told you. What's the problem? What do you want me to do?
A little bird told you, did it?
You know how good people are at seeing the splinter in another's eye and not the beam in their own.
In other words, someone's been gossiping.
Always is.
And what's the problem?
As long as herb women stick to giving psychic to folk and bloated cows, assisting in childbirth, or burning incense in bedrooms to help with sleep, then nothing at all. But this is sacrilege, and it's unsafe. All sorts of molds and lichens and poisonous plants and other foul things go into those concoctions. I'd hate to see her poison some poor gullible lass.
You know, that's kind of... That's fair, right?
What do you want me to do?
I want you to go and see her and find out what she's been up to. I know she lives in fear of the Holy Church, so tell her I sent you. That will make her talk and think twice about encouraging witchcraft. If you learn that she truly did involve folk in some foolishness, find out all you can and deal with it.
You got it.
Consider it done.
Good. And never fear. I'm a man who always pays his debts. You'll find Gertrude, the old herb woman, in the woods. Goodbye.
Playing with the devil. How exciting. Look at us go. Go and see Gertrude, the herb woman, and find out what she decided the Uzhitz to do. Ah, man, this has been... What a fucking day. What a day. This is so... man. Having a blast. Look at us. Alright, so now we're gonna go find this Riki guy. Ledechko? Riki of Ledechko. Alright, should be somewhere in the vicinity of Ledechko. Unfortunately, that's all about I can find out so far. I expect it shouldn't be too hard. Well, catch the scent of this Riki, though. I don't expect it will be a pleasant encounter. Track down another member of the Neuhoff gang, a fellow who goes by the name of Riki. Right, then we got Gertrude. It's going to be interesting. And then Teresa. All right. We had quite the evening. Our drinking leveled up, too. The beer you get is 50% weaker, so you can drink more, but the wine is twice as strong. It'll make you drunk faster. And then drinking habit. Under the influence of alcohol, your hand will shake 25% less, and your bow skill is higher by +2. But when you're sober, your hands will shake 25% more. Oh no. Oh no, not the shakes. The sober shakes. Wine bibber. Okay, so it's the opposite of the beer bibber. Fascinating. These are tough choices. It's always like there's a you know, there's a benefit and a drawback, right? But essentially, this encourages us to constantly have at least some drink, or to never be sober, right? But this means we can drink way more beer. I don't know if there's drinking contests, or if there would be a situation where we'd have to outdrink somebody else. Maybe. I don't know. We don't drink a lot of beer. We haven't really had to drink anything too much yet, so it's hard to say. But that's hard to say for most of the stuff. I think we should drunkenness and tiredness. We need a nap. That's for sure. We need a nap. Probably a little bit of a bath. It's probably a good idea. We're gonna pick this up in the next episode though, because I think this is a beautiful time. Beautiful place to stop, because we have to go look for this Riki. Now, should we go back? Right? Should we go back to Neuhof and report? Maybe, because we do have to go down this way anyway. If we go this way, because we got a lot of, there's a lot, it's really opening up now. Right, because we go over here. Right, then we go down to Talmberg. That if we have to go here, we're practically towards Ratai again. So we might as well go see Teresa. I don't know. It's now things are like so spaced apart. It's like, whoa, okay, we're getting into like the world now. So I gotta figure out, right, if it's better to go do this first. Go talk to Gertrude. And then head back to Ratai. Or back to Neuhof to talk to them. Then, like, you know, Radzig. Sort of tell Sir Radzig what's going on. Then head to Ratai. Go see Teresa, and then we can shoot up north here. Yeah, because this road goes straight up. Shoom. I think that might be the thing. That's kind of what I'm thinking, right? So we go... Sorry, last thing. Gertrude. From Gertrude, we then head back to Neuhof. We talk with Sir Radzig. See if what we have is enough to report. Then, Teresa. Maybe the tournament, too. Teresa, tournament, Riki. Right? I feel like that's a good flow without kind of being all janky. And it doesn't seem like everything we have going is super urgent compared to, you know, everything else we did before this. But anyway, that's the idea. Let me know if that works out, if that makes sense or not. Thank you very so much for watching. I hope this was good. This was a fun every single time we play this game. It's an absolute fucking blast. But this was something. We learned to read. We had a fucking, we went on a whole fucking drinking binge with the local priest, which is quite the sentence, and then we got into some debauchery and some unexpected fornication. That was certainly caught me off guard. That's for sure. So, anyway, thanks again for watching. More Kingdom Come Deliverance soon. Alright, see ya. Bye-bye.